everyone, it's Movie Lover 120 here, and I'm here with a brand new movie review, and this is going to be for the second and final review in the Halloween of the week for the Halloween movie series. And this is going to be for the second installment of the Thorn trilogy, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. My last review, I said Halloween 4 was called Revenge of Michael Myers, but the titles are way too bloody confusing. They think, so I thought realized it was called Return of Michael Myers. This one is actually called The Revenge of Michael Myers. So you can just forget my screw up in the last video, guys. So, yeah. Released in 1989, a year after Return of Michael Myers. Now, what is the plot of this movie? After lying in a coma for a year, Michael Myers awakens and stalks his way back to his small hometown in Illinois' Haddonfield, intent on killing his niece, Jamie, once again played by Danielle Harris, who has been confined to a mental institution since Michael's last attempt to slay her. Suspecting a psychic link between Michael and Jamie, psychiatrist Dr. Loomis, still played by Donald Pleasence, joins forces with Sheriff Ben Meeker and attempts to stop Michael's latest rampage. So we all know one thing. This shit was the movie that started the death of the Halloween franchise. Where every movie would start to become, well, most of the films would start to become shit after this. And here's just why. Here we go. Much like a Nightmare on Elm Street 5 Dream Child, the movie tries to go for a more comedic tone, which feels out of place to the next previous 4 installments. Like, with Elm Street Dream Child, guys, Elm Street Dream Child was more comedic than most of the other Elm Street movies, but at least Elm Street Dream Child is still a Freddy movie. And it still has entertaining moments. In fact, Elm Street 5 should have been the end of the Nightmare on Elm Street series. That should have been the final Nightmare on Elm Street movie. And then came New Nightmare. But back to that. And then most of the new characters in this movie, especially like Tina and these 2 goofy police officers, are so annoying and unlikable. And ruins. Remember that iconic twist ending in Return of Michael Myers that revealed that Michael was still alive? And in Return of Michael Myers, where the evil got passed on to Jamie Lloyd and Michael died. Well, guess what? That's ruined in this. This one, they reveal Michael is still alive, and the evil's not being passed on to Jamie Lloyd. So in a way, Halloween 4 is pointless with this movie. There's so many cartoonish moments, like Jamie somehow being able to outrun the car Michael is driving. Michael Myers' mask is very ugly as hell and looks like it's constipated. Now, to be fair, at least his design isn't as atrocious as Hobo Michael, if you know what I'm talking about. The numerous plot holes, like, why would the old hermit keep Michael Myers in his house for an entire year without calling the police or taking him to a hospital and all? And then came the second time first out of 2 times this would end up being done to Dr. Loomis. He went from that confident and selfless psychiatrist who was willing to sacrifice his own life to protect innocent people from Michael. He's now an unlikable jerk who is rude to Jamie most of the movie and always uses her as bait to trap Michael Myers. Like, what? Dr. Loomis? What happened? Like, sure, he's not as bad as Rob's greedy jackass Loomis, but Loomis is still pretty unlikable in this film. The soundtrack is pretty generic, almost non-existent, and anticlimactically even kills off Rachel at the beginning of the movie. I think supporting characters from the previous film, that was where the film pretty much died. And Sheriff Meeker also underutilized and abruptly killed off in the epilogue. Hey, then again, they would do this shit to 2 certain characters in Alien 3. Yeah, because this trope works so well. God, like, I hate it when they kill off a certain character that was in, or a hero that was in a previous installment of a horror franchise. Next installment, boom, that character just gets killed off so they can rehash the movie again. Like, so many horror sequels do this. Friday the 13th Part 2. To be fair, it was probably the only few times I actually didn't mind it in Friday the 13th Part 2, but then so many other films started doing it, like Elm Street 4, Dream Master, Alien 3, the next Halloween movie that I'm going to get to. What else can I think of? I gotta think of something else. Oh, Hostel Part 2 even did it too. Oh god, Hostel Part 2's really pissed me off the most. But let's just keep reviewing this movie. This movie, even like most of the other sequels, they try so hard to humanize Michael Myers by making him cry and being taken out with tranquilizer darts. This is the problem I kind of have with most of these Halloween sequels. They tried so hard, almost each installment, to further and further humanize Michael Myers and give him reasons to be evil, when John Carpenter never planned for him to have any reasons and just say he turned evil for no reason, really. Like, that was better that way. In the original, when he was just randomly turned evil without an explanation, you never knew why he turned evil. He just mysteriously killed people that night. Nobody knows why. That's what I liked about the first two. You never knew anything about Michael. It was better that way. The Myers house looks absolutely nothing like it originally did in its predecessor. This film, it's reduced to a gothic Victorian-styled house. The false advertising, too. Like, seriously, this cover of the movie. Notice how it looks so false? Yeah, it shows Jamie Lloyd dressed in her iconic clown costume. She doesn't even wear it in the entire film aside from flashbacks, and that's it. It even has a tagline, Michael lives, and this time they are ready, which makes no sense because this movie's not even action-oriented. It's just so boring to watch. The people aren't even prepared for Michael's return. The cinematography is so subpar lazy, it feels more like a direct-to-video movie. Yeah, like, this movie did so bad at the box office, it even killed off the franchise for a few years. Like, this movie should have been dumped direct-to-DVD, period. So much paddling and boring filler that makes the movie feel longer than it actually is, and Jamie's psychic connections with Michael Myers are just a ripoff of Tina's from Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood, and there's an abrupt and unsatisfying ending in which Michael Myers is thrown in jail, only for him to be broken out of prison by some mysterious man in black and Jamie crying, "No!" as the credits roll. The end. Boo! That is nowhere as iconic as, like, remember, Halloween 1978 ended with this awesome scene. Was that the boogeyman? Yes, it was. And then Michael's body is no longer lying there. It's disappeared. He's escaped. Perfect way to end the first one. Amazing. Halloween 2 ended with Loomis sacrificing himself to defeat Michael for good. Perfect way to kind of end the Michael Myers storyline. If they hadn't made any more sequels, that would have been a great end to Michael Myers and been a great end to Halloween. Also a very good ending. Halloween 3 doesn't count because it's not a Halloween movie. Barely even is. Halloween 4 has an okay ending, I guess. I mean, it's not a bad ending. I mean, Michael Myers died, but the evil got possessed onto Jamie. That's pretty iconic, and that section never gets touched upon again in this. No. We get a bullshit ending instead. For the next two movies, this and 6 would get bullshit endings. Now there's still some redeeming qualities. I mean, some of the kills are kind of cool and memorable. The laundry shoot scene is actually kind of terrifying. The only really terrifying thing in this whole fucking movie. Danielle Harris, Donald Pleasence, and Ellie Cornell still give some best performances. The scenes with Jamie and Billy are pretty cute, but other than that, my recommendation, skip this piece of crap. This was pretty much where the franchise began to die. Halloween was almost pretty much dead at this rate. Now, beat to a dead horse, well, I mean, it's not as bad as the next installment I'm going to get to. Oh, boy. You... Okay. Now, I shouldn't say that yet. I mean, that one, next one's going to be the third worst, but it's nowhere as bad as two other ones, so... So, I'm not going to call Curse of Michael Myers an angry review. It's just going to be a normal movie review. But anyway, here's how I rank Halloween 5. The end, the death of the franchise. I am going to give Halloween 5 a 5 out of 10. Alright, that's it for the 2 Michael Myers reviews this week. Next time I touch upon them, it's going to be... Wow. Only 4 to go. 4 down, 4 to go. I'm gonna be keeping these reviews slowly because Halloween Kills is gonna be coming out for till October, guys. It's still a long way from October. But when I do review Halloween Kills, I am going to be dressed up as Michael Myers when that review comes. If I'm able to be Michael Myers for Halloween, and if not, then I will wear my Michael Myers mask for that review when October comes. Guys, but I really hope Halloween Kills can be good. No? And you're wondering, those that probably don't know that I've already reviewed the Rob Zombie films, but you missed the Rob Zombie films, aren't you going to review those after Resurrection? Guys, for those of you that don't know, I already reviewed those films. You can just go watch those two if you want to hear my opinions on those if you haven't heard them yet. But anyway, that'll be it for this video. Thank you all for watching. If you like this and want to see more, then don't forget to like, subscribe to Movie Lover 120.